Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast. Alahanchi Molly here. I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but I needed to get it done. Um, so tonight's title, um, and yes, I'm reading off a script. I told you I would never do that, but I'm reading off a script tonight. So I've decided to launch a GoFundMe campaign for my YouTube channel. It needed to be done. Um, didn't want to ask, but um, I've decided to ask for um, fundraising. And there's going to be some people that maybe new that you see pop in and out. I don't know who's going to show up or anything. It's quite a lengthy segment. It's probably going to be one of my longest, unless I can get through this without stuttering too bad. I know that some of y'all didn't understand know that I have when I'm reading, I have a stutter. So that's how it's going to work. And tonight's title is The YouTube Journey, The Quest for Knowledge, is what I'd named it. That's the name of the campaign on GoFundMe. And I've added some links also. If y'all see me looking over, Sissy's home, and she's loud. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and get this out. So everybody, I'm gonna start it, and if you already know the information, you know it. If you don't, people will get to know me through this. So, first of all, my native name in Chickasaw is Alahanchi Mali. It means changing winds, is what it is. It's descended from the Chickasaw language. Hang on just a second. The joys of kids. Anyway, there's a YouTube on explaining it. So, and how I got my name. So I'm gonna start reading from that part. Um, it has not been easy, but the fight has been worth every minute of it. The reason I'm doing this GoFundMe campaign is from time to time. From time to time, I was a from the time I was a young child, I have always been on a journey to understand my place in this world. I would trace my veins in my arms to see if I could feel my blood moving through them. I would spend hours trying to stop my hands from opening and closing just by thought. But thinking for them to not open or close, that would not stop. It would not stop them. I have questioned everything in my life. Um, and I've always been that way, and I always will. I also love people and culture. I'm not enrolled in any Native American tribe. Hang on a second. Then the wife calls. Anyway, where was I? I've always loved people and culture. I'm not an enrolled member to any tribe, but I descend from an adopted member of the tribe. This is how most families get their Native American blood. They would be adopted into a tribe by a great chief, clan mother, or medicine man, in which my seventh grandfather was. The great chief thought so highly of my grandfather, the chief allowed him to marry 3 of his daughters. They had children, and I am the product of those bonds, and therefore carry my life-giving blood, their life-giving blood through my veins. I was raised. Sorry, guys, my thing is moving really slow. I was raised like a normal white child with a mix of Native American culture until my father passed away when I was 4. This is my Native American side. My uncles did the best to teach me what they knew, but a lot of history is lost to time. I love to learn about history and science and how it all works together. I can't stop thinking on how I can learn from every person or thing. I don't care too much about fiction. Give me something I can feel, something that means something. It bothers me that people can treat others with so much disrespect. I'm guilty of this also, but I try my best not to. I take this to heart. My Native American brother tells me we need to work together, love each other, and find something and find a common goal, because we all live on this same rock, Neshoba Ishkahol, which means the wolf spirit. He's one of my cousins, but he's my brother. I can't stop the thinking on so many things that I can make this world a better place, but I can't stand the hell we put ourselves through for our own bias. I've always wanted to travel and teach and learn. These things can't be taught in a classroom. They are meant to be learned in the real world. These are my passions. It does not matter what I'm learning or teaching. If it interests me, I have to learn more. I live by a saying I started quoting. I don't know if it's anyone's work, but it's has deep meaning for me. If you do something just for you or a few people, it's not worth it. If it benefits everyone, then do it without questioning it. I have a YouTube podcast. It's called Changing Winds Podcast. That's where this GoFundMe is going. I have three seasons planned out already and ready to go. I call the series Soul Searching Sundays. I'm taking the 10 commandments and all 613 commandments and putting them into 3 categories: ethical, moral, or something personal. I'm an ex-Christian. I spent 20 years of I spent 20 years of I spent the first 20 years I've done saw something I messed up. I'm just gonna ride with it. I spent the first 20 years as a person, as a Christian nationalist, and the last 20 years redefining what I believe. I did not know that's what it was called, but that's what it is. American country music singer Conway Twitty quoted, "The only thing in life that is constant is change. You change or you die. That is life to me." That's not all that I want to cover in my channel. I want to build a channel that I don't have to worry about being monetized by YouTube because I see a lot of the problems when we are silenced to teach and learn the facts. We have to look back in history, and it's not always rosy. I want to take everyone on a journey with me that wants to know the same answers to the same questions. I want to share with people that that may not be able to get out in the world due to their personal limits. I want to be a window to the outside for these people. I want to be able to buy a bus, build it on camera, convert it to my home on wheels, along with a mobile studio. I have a passion for live videos. They are raw, they are upfront, and they are honest. I want to be able to take questions live, even if it's hard questions for me, and that you want to know how I feel on, or even the guests. There's so much that needs answering. I know that one person can tell all the answers, but we can learn to take something and try to understand something new. Zig Ziglar quoted, "If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you." This is true in my life. We all have something to give. It's not a big house with more empty bedrooms than there are stars in the sky. We must understand that life is full of stories of happiness, sadness, love, hate, and the things that we need to learn from them. This GoFundMe campaign is one way to show your support. If you can donate financially, there's other ways you can help. My email is ChangingWindsPodcast@gmail.com. I also have a Patreon account, patreon.com/c/ChangingWindsPodcast. There's a Facebook group you can join. It's www.facebook.com/groups/ChangingWindsPodcast. And you can chat with me on there. I have a chat there. I'm also on Blue Sky at Changing Wind Pod, BSKY Social, and also at my YouTube podcast at youtube.com/at Changing Winds Podcast. I have also created an Amazon affiliate, Amazon link for things that I will need. Not right now, but in the future, I have some stuff there. Or you can support me free here on YouTube by liking, subscribing, spreading the word of my work, and offering up your graces. We are all in this together. So I wanted to say that I'm very passionate about my work, and it's not gonna be easy by any means. I just want people to know that I care. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter how poor or rich you are. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It doesn't matter who you choose to love. It doesn't choose you. I don't have that right to choose. I choose to do this because I want a better world. And I want people to have understanding also. Life throws stuff at us all the time, and it can be daunting. And everybody has a life story, and that's part of the reason why I want to do this channel. I want it to succeed. For the last year or two, I've been very, very reluctant to start this, just because of the uncertainty of what's going on around us. I've never been the person to sit back and be quiet. Yes, I do get angry about things, and I think that's all valid to all of us. And life, it's just not always rosy. Life throws things at you, and you either can take it, or you can let it beat you, or you can say something, do something about it. And I've chosen to do what I do. It's not easy to look into the world and see the negative. It's not hard to. What is hard is to find the good. I know that I told you a little bit of my family history, and it's not pretty. It wasn't pretty. I didn't have a pretty life after my dad passed away. It's pretty hard. I've said this in one of my other episodes, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Me and my aunt did not see eye to eye, or though I thought. And there's a YouTube video, if it's, I can't remember which one I talked about, but I talked about me and my aunt. But the more and more I look at me and her story, the more and more that we're alike. I'm a lot softer than what she was. But I had to close that door. I have one of my good friends, he's like, I just don't see how you forgave. It's not that I had to forgive her, and she had to forgive me too, because I was in the wrong on a lot of things. But we talked it out, and we were at peace with each other about things. And all I can say is, we worked it out. And if she would have passed away, and me holding on to that, I probably would have fell apart. But just knowing, and it's kind of funny that I've decided to do this because I love to teach and I love to learn. I could not teach in a school. There's no way I could teach in a public school, or a private one at that, because teachers would get mad at me. The school boards would get mad at me because I am not willing. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm closing out my program, my teleprompter program, because it's in my way. But I can't do it. Also, if you are a Christian, don't think I'm coming after you, because I'm not. I understand. I honestly, to goodness, understand. I understand that people feel they need a savior or someone to look up to. Somebody that they can depend on. Jesus, if Jesus lived the life that the Bible talks about, I can't say nothing bad about the man. I'm gonna talk more about this in part of my Soul Searching Sundays podcast. Jesus had many a time to turn his back in the Gospels on the sick and the lame and the women of the night and people that sinned, and Matthew was a tax collector. People don't like paying taxes. You really think? But Jesus, one of his disciples were. To the moment he died on the cross. One thief stayed quiet. The other one said, "Why is he up here beside me? He's done nothing wrong." And he just asked Jesus to remember him. And Jesus said, "You'll be with me today in paradise." Just acknowledging. There's another part of that story also. And part of this is the reasoning why I identify as atheist. I believe if you do something wrong, that it's your responsibility, not your neighbor, not somebody down the road. You're not your brother, sister, mom, aunt, uncle, whatever. It's not their responsibility to take claim of the things you do wrong. And I want to explain this in the most sincere and the most anything that I can think of. We should not, let me put this in a different way. If a family member, a mother or father, knows that their child is capable of anything, if as a dad, and this is talking about somebody that's a child, not a grown adult. You do everything in your power to make sure your kids have the care they need. Doesn't matter but if you do everything you can do, you've done everything you can do. It's on them. And it's like I said, it's not easy. Raising kids is not easy. Raising good people, kids. There is so many paths that kids can go down. And that's the truth. I try to instill in my kids morals. Morals are something to me that, and I'll explain it in my lessons. But guys, we really do. We gotta figure out us. And that's the reason I'm doing this channel. This is why I'm asking. I don't like asking for monetary donations or things. I don't like doing it, but I have to. And that's just the truth. So this didn't go as long as I thought it was gonna go. But this is me starting the campaign. And please, if you can't donate, don't feel obligated. If you can and you want to donate, that's the reason I did the GoFundMe. That's why I've added links. I will have merch. As things go, as things grow, and I will get to that. I just want to get what I have to teach out. I've got 3 seasons lined out already for Soul Searching Sundays. I'm going to do them at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Y'all are more than welcome to come and join in the chat. You're more than welcome to talk to me. At least let me try to get most of it out, because there's some of these. There's a lot of verses, and I'm not going to go through all the verses that talk about certain things, because there's literally 613 commandments on top of the 10 that we all really know. And like I said, I'm going to put it in ethical, moral, or something else. Like I said, I am not doing this to knock a religion. I'm doing it because somebody has to. And we will do fun things too. Like I said, I really want a bus so I can go and travel and take the mobile studio with me. Where you guys can see what I'm doing. I also plan on bringing my kids. You saw Stacy's hand earlier. She wants to be on camera, but she's still shy. I'm going to bring my kids on. I'm going to try to get my wife on. I doubt that. She probably, if we're doing on location or something, she'll probably be videotaping. I'm going to bring my brother involved. And I hope, I really do. I want people to get something out of this. Y'all be blessed. I will see you again Sunday at 2. I know Christmas is this week. Merry Christmas if I don't see you or talk to you. But Merry Christmas. And I hope you have a very good, merry one. Y'all have a good night.